Hello and welcome to Game 1 of 2 of some conference baseball live on PA Live, courtesy of the Natural State Sports Network. We have a great one on the menu as your 18-3 Pulaski Academy Bruins do battle with a team just across the road in the 15-6 Robinson Senators. Tristan Harlan and Steve Henson here with you for some exciting baseball here tonight. Steve, I know we're joining a little bit late, but what are your thoughts on this matchup so far?
You know, maybe the folks missed the best part to miss. And it's a 1-1 game. Missed a little bit of scoring, but honestly, watching both teams, I've kind of went back and forth. You and I had an opportunity before the game to talk with Coach Tipton, and I spoke with Coach Delaney. But obviously, two programs very familiar with, and you got the feel watching the first inning and a half of play so far that this Robinson team, there's a lot of energy in that dugout. This means a lot to this team. Obviously, this is a rivalry between two schools just down the street from each other. Robinson's kind of, let's be honest, Robinson's kind of owned it over the last year with a big win in football, big win in women's basketball, boys basketball as well. And so, although the girls got the best of that into things at the end of the season. So, but talking with Coach Tipton, you felt like, as he said, he's had to adjust to the difference between 5A and 4A baseball, learning all of these 4A teams, and also just the impact of what a regional tournament means versus not having one, and how this game, which will pretty well decide who wins the conference, it only sets up seeding for the regional. And per Danny Tipton's words, you could have a bad day in regionals and be done, and it didn't matter what happened here in this game. You could have won the conference. So you kind of see that. We've seen some frustration out of P in that last inning, out of DeWeese on the mound. So we'll see if they settle in here for the bottom half of the second.
Of course, your Bruins are defeated at home at 7 wins and no losses, so excited to see if they can continue the trend in this matchup here. Of course, 2 games here tonight against Robinson, but I mean, I'm sure if you had been paying attention, if you're here listening to us, or if you've been having people text you about the game, already 1 error on the scoreboard for Pulaski Academy, kind of getting those, I guess, early frustrations out of the way early, but it's going to be an exciting ball game.
Yeah, both teams have committed an error. Of course, Robinson had one that eventually led to the first run for PA after the wild throw on the pickoff attempt on the mound by Blackwell, and Savoda was able to advance to second on that play. Probably should have gotten third, but a couple sacrifices got him home after that.
Of course, Rome Foster is on the mound for the Bruins. It'll be his first plate appearance so far. He's ahead of the count, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Both of these teams have really scored a lot of runs in conference play. Robinson outscoring their opponents 85-23 in conference play. PA outscoring 64-10.
That's going to be foul back. We'll do it again. It'll be a full count. Of course, the Bruins come into this one after losing against Bauxite. Coach Tipton was telling us how much of a heartbreaking loss that was for the squad to experience.
Yeah, tough one for them in their last outing against Bauxite. Really, both these teams scuffled a little bit coming into this game. Robinson's dropped 2 in a row to Maumelle and Cabot. That one's going to get out of play, but it's really been a kind of a scuffle leading into this game, at least over the last week. Before that, these two teams were 2 of the hottest teams in the state.
So the 3-2 about to be on its way to Foster. Swings and misses. Blackwell pulls the string on the pitch for the first out of this half of the inning.
For 2 teams that score a lot, I would anticipate, although it's not been that way through an inning and a half, just a run apiece, but I would anticipate we see a lot of runs scored. The wind's blowing out. This is a hitter's day, so see if the pitchers can keep it down, unlike Razorback pitching on Saturday.
That one does not find the zone for ball number 1, and the baseball will roll away from the catcher, so the pitcher's going to get a new one.
Yeah, our umpire giving our catcher extra half second or so there as he took that one off the inner thigh. Kimball's first at bat, so tall young man. That's one of the things Coach Delaney said in pregame. This is a team of dudes. They look the part.
That one also misses the zone for ball number 2. Of course, Pulaski Academy, I guess they have a lot of champions on the roster, of course, with the girls basketball team and a lot of the baseball boys trying to find their way to win state this year. And they've got a lot of players on this roster that can play at the next level.
Yeah, oh, without a doubt. Obviously, UCA commit and Will Svoboda. This is a very, very good team. And obviously, you knew they were going to be good when Coach Tipton took over from Sylvan Hills. He'll be a Hall of Famer in the PCSSD and high school baseball ranks when it's all said and done. But Coach Tipton brought that championship mentality over here to PA, and it's paying off already.
That one does find the zone for the first strike of the at-bats quickly. 3-1 for Kimball. Kimball batting just .279 thus far in the season. Swings hard and misses. Fills the count at 3-2.
Ooh, did you miss by much?
He'll draw the walk. So runner will be at first on its way for Reed Williams.
Coming up to bat for the Bruins, number 9, Reed Williams.
See how aggressive PA wants to play this here. This is a team that may want to get moving on the base paths. That threat is what led to the first inning error out of Blackwell on a bad pickoff attempt that did lead to the only PA run so far.
Of course, batting just .295 this season. It's Williams, so she's going to try to want to end the season on a high note. Of course, want to thank everybody for tuning in to some conference baseball action on PA Live, courtesy of the Natural State Sports Network.
Our first PA baseball broadcast.
That one hit hard to left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. It'll go over the left fielder's head. Runners rounding second and third. He's coming home. He has enough speed. Does the runner get safely at third? He slides and he does. PA takes the lead.
Well, a great piece of hitting there for Williams. You know, the question, I think, out there in left field for Hill was, do I come in and make the play? The ball died on him pretty quickly, and then it hit that turf out in the outfield, a little different playing surface than the Senators are used to. Of course, turf infield, but grass outfield at their home park. And you saw that ball take that little more hop off of that turf and get over the head of Hill.
Reed Williams, his first plate appearance is a big one, an RBI triple. Of course, Mason Greathouse up to the plate now for the Bruins. There's a standout there in the football season. He's batting .288. He'll show bunt.
A little safety squeeze.
Will come back our way. Greathouse batting .288. He's got about 14 RBIs this season. Looking to add to that total this appearance here.
Davis now the runner at third. He's the courtesy runner. See if they try to drop that in. They are. Safety squeeze again. Beautiful.
Bunt's going to get down. He's safe at home. The pitch goes wide. The throw goes wide. Excuse me. Greathouse is going to round second. It'll hold up there, and it's all Bruins this half inning as they're now up 3-1.
Boy, that's a great play call. Great call there out of Coach Tipton to set up the safety squeeze. But more importantly, very impressive job by Greathouse to get that bunt down. That was impressive baseball right there.
Willis Svoboda at the plate now. The UCA commit the pitch. He comes to the plate with one out, a runner on second in scoring position. His team up 2 runs. Watch that one go by for ball number 1. And, of course, Will, I got to give him credit. He's kind of been one of the driving factors to get us to come out here, at least from my standpoint of things. He's been texting me pretty regularly, trying to get us to come out here.
Not that Will. The Will that matters, the one on the field. You know, and you wonder, again, I talked a little bit about it when we first came on the broadcast, the energy level you had out of the Robinson dugout and just kind of the workmanship or workmanlike kind of attitude out of the PA. Now you got to see if Robinson's able to settle in because all that adrenaline has kind of sunk down now. Let's see just how the Senators respond.
We'll watch that one go by for a strike.
In there at 80. And my guy Carter Stein to my left here. I'm stealing the numbers off of his gun up here. So, a little extra addition to the broadcast. He wasn't aware he was going to be. Ooh, they had him too.
Greathouse has got to be careful on that jump. They're trying to pick him off.
I'll tell you what, Tristan, Brady Blackwell's had trouble throwing the ball everywhere but home plate. He's missed first twice, and then that throw to second. Good job by Wright to get back and make that play, or that one's in center field.
Oh, it goes a little wide. Another ball. So it's 2-1, the count for the future UCA Bear. There's receiver brother on second. Will's going to hit that one hard to right center field. It's going to get down in the glove. Greathouse didn't get back in time to tag. But Will did put a good barrel on that baseball, just did not get out.
I think he hit that about the worst time. The wind just picked back up. He put that right in the power alley opposite way, but not quite enough on it. And Cohen rushing a ton of credit out in center field, able to chase that one down, make a play, and then they didn't want to test his arm.
So Luke Edwards at the plate now for the Bruins.
Edwards 0 for 1 today.
Greathouse is going to take off, slides into third. He'll reach it safely.
A heck of a throw by C.J. Bryant, but a better jump by Greathouse.
Of course, Greathouse, a dual sport athlete, playing football for the Bruins this past season. Look at that one and missed for strike number 1.
Yeah, he tied him up. That was a good pitch up and in to the lefty.
Let's pop back up our way. The fence didn't curve in. I think somebody back here would have gotten hit.
That's a tough break, Tristan. So Edwards is complaining, asking if he got hit. The sound sounded like the knob. Now, Edwards is grabbing the hand wrist area. I'd say that does not feel good. I do not have a knuckle in my right hand thanks to that exact same situation. I took one right off of my hand back in my playing days 100 years ago.
You beat me to it.
I knew it. That's why I went ahead and said it. Coach Tipton wanted to ask. The way that reacted and the way Edwards initially reacted, I think he's reacting to the vibration. I think that ball did get knob. Maybe it got some of his hand, but I think it got bat. So foul ball is the ruling here.
So back when you was playing, did you just use a stick out from the field, or did you actually have bats?
We cut a pine tree down, baby.
So we get a low for ball number 2. Greathouse is going to stay at third.
Yeah, we found the sappiest pine tree you could find. Cut it down. Took about, that's what you did in your off season, was you perfected your bat.
Team bonding.
That's a team. You did it yourself. Everybody else get their own.
Wasn't the same tree you'd go get a switch for if you were bad.
That's right. Because once you found the best tree, you wanted to swing that tree your whole career. Chop that thing down when you're 7. You're still swinging it when you're 18.
So it's 2-2 count for Edwards. Runner on third. They lead by 2 runs. That one high. Feels the count. Some of the Robinson fans are wanting that one to be strike 3.
Yeah, they didn't miss by much. Blackwell thought he had strike 3. I like the inadvertent arm stretching of the what was that, Blue? But really, I'm just stretching my arms, I promise.
Watches that one go by, and Greathouse stays at third, but Edwards will trot to first base as he draws the walk.
Yeah, that one didn't make Blackwell any happier. I thought that one myself was outside, but close.
So a major at bat coming up here now for Jackson. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. This half inning has been all PA as they've gotten 2 runs on the board.
Jackson had the sacrifice that drove in Sabota back in the first.
Watch as the first pitch go by for strike number 1. Tries to pick off at first. No avail, so Major Jackson will be looking to send this one deep into the outfield to drive in both these runners.
Now, if you're Blackwell here, you want to focus on this hitter. I've had trouble with these guys on the base paths.
Well, checks. Edwards is going to take off from second. Throw goes wild at home, and he gets him out. Tries to double steal, and Coach Tipton's not happy about that call, so we'll head to the top half of the third after 2. Our score 3-1, Bruins out in front.
Yeah, I'm watching Coach Tipton. I think the reason he's unhappy isn't on the call. I think that our hitter, Jackson, missed a sign there for hit and run. I believe that he wanted Jackson swinging there, so that's a tough break for PA. Could have been a much bigger inning.
So 3-1 our score after 2. Take a short break. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here at the top half of the third inning. Tristan Harlan here with Steve Hinton. Bruins lead it 3-1, and of course we joined you late for this action, but you didn't miss anything because the bottom half of the second was a great half inning for the Bruins.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought PA did a good job starting with the safety squeeze to get that run in. I thought that was well done, well designed there by Coach Tipton. I go back to something Coach Tipton said back during pregame when we were talking with him, and obviously he's still getting a feel for this level, for 4A, for this team, for this group of players, and you can see that a little bit. We've seen it now twice. Once Sabota on that on the wild pitch that you guys didn't, or the wild pickoff attempt that you guys didn't see back in the first inning when he probably should have taken third but was not looking up at Tipton on the play. And then again there, I think Jackson missed what should have been probably a hit and run.
Wow, that one's absolutely barreled to center field. He'll get over the center fielder's head. That's Greathouse. Greathouse still trying to shake off the middle error from earlier, and the runner will get safe at third for a leadoff triple.
I tell you what, Tristan, obviously this is PA's home park, and you would think that they would be used to playing in the way it is designed here, but I wonder if Greathouse either just didn't have a good read on that ball or if he lost it in the sun, because it looked initially, even though that was hard hit, that he was going to camp out underneath it, and that ball just sailed.
Both offenses for these squads have been going insane in this one.
Much like the the entirety of the regular season, this has been two great offenses.
Hit over the head of the third baseman. Will get away. A run will come across the score. So now it's 3-2 in favor of your Bruins.
Boy, and Luke Edwards has had a tough last couple of plays here. Going back to the end of the second inning, when it looks like he may have missed a sign from Coach Tipton. And then right there, that's an unfortunate situation. If you're Edwards, you're having to hold the runner on, and you just get a tough hop, didn't read it properly, went right over his head off his turf. And Tristan, this is danger zone if you're Pulaski Academy. This is the top half of the order for the Senators, and they're showing why here in the third.
Of course, you made the mention to it earlier, the two best teams in the state probably right here playing in front of us. I mean, they're showing us why. That one high for a ball.
Deweese shows a lot of emotion out there on the mound. It's fun to watch, but he was frustrated with himself. Didn't get the break out of that one he wanted.
That one gets away. Runner's going to move from first to second.
I'm not sure what Deweese. I think he wants an appeal here on the check swing. He's still trying to get the appeal. I don't think anyone understands what he's asking for right now. You don't see Aiden Humbard get too many steals a game, but there's one for him.
One hit. Right fielder tracking it down. That's Swoboda. He'll make the catch for the first out.
I'd say, well, Humbard had no interest in testing Swoboda's arm on that one. I don't know if he thought that ball was going to get up and get out. He was about a quarter of the way out off the bag. And usually when your hitter helps you out, goes the other way with it, you're going to try to tag up and go on that play. But
well, I'm sure the Robinson team knows Will real well. He played quarterback for Pulaski Academy before he got injured and switched back to receiver. But eventually ended up playing more quarterback in the bottom half of the season. So they know he can throw.
Yeah, things about to get real interesting over at PA in the football world. This now another thievery of our friends at Sylvan Hills is taking first Tipton, and now Mark Kelly making his way over.
Pulaski Academy is just trying to pop that smoke.
Yep, there it is, first one. For those of you who don't understand the reference, you should probably go back and watch some Mark Kelly coached games on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network last year.
Producer Will's going to end up hanging me out to dry for the season starts. I can already see it.
Blackwell, 292 batting average on the year. Trying to help himself, his own cause here. He's the pitcher of record right now. Just 4 RBIs on the year, though.
So here's the 2-1. Runner is in scoring position. A little low.
Deweese doesn't really have much of a feel for that breaking pitch right now. We saw him use it really effectively in the first inning, but here in the third, he seems to have lost his touch with it.
That one high, draws the walk. Now runners will be at first and second with one out. The double play is still intact.
See a courtesy runner here for the pitcher Blackwell.
Next up to bat for the Senators, number 36, Austin Herring.
This is the hits leader for the Senators, so if you're Deweese, you better settle in now. Would be surprised to see somebody from that PA dugout make their way out if he starts to struggle here. 55 pitches so far for Deweese.
Goes by for ball one. Not able to find the zone with Deweese.
That is a helpless feeling as a pitcher.
Another one goes high, misses the zone.
And here comes Coach Tipton.
Coach Tipton cannot be happy about Deweese's day thus far, allowing 2 runs.
And he's not pitched bad. It's just this third inning. Maybe it was having to sit over there in that dugout a little longer, got him out of his rhythm just because it was a bigger inning for the PA offense in the bottom half of the second. But initially, he just seemed to lose his command of the breaking stuff. But just watching that one, it's about an 81-mile-an-hour fastball. That one wasn't close either. So right now, Deweese is just struggling to find it. Coach Tipton saw something and now out there to maybe try to settle him in a little bit.
Well, too, I wonder how much of it is kind of mental after Greathouse didn't make that catch in center field.
Well, it's all mental. That's baseball. And that's what you got to figure out and move on to the next play. And we've seen Deweese do that. You saw a lot of frustration out of him on a play earlier where the catcher didn't try to throw a guy out on a wild pitch. And he was really frustrated but kind of settled in after that. So maybe this is his moment to settle in and get things going again.
That one hit the center field. Greathouse tracking it down. Makes the catch. Runner will return to second after the tag was not made. Just as I like to say when I play MLB The Show with my friends is I don't pitch for strikeouts, I pitch for outs.
Greathouse did. He did a good job that time of measuring that one up. Because, again, you probably had, hit-wise, the best hitter on the team for Robinson in there in Herring. And so, big break for PA. I'm a little surprised. I know it's Humbard at second, but I'm a little surprised. They've had 2 deep shots into the outfield. They've not tried to tag on either. We have found CJ's mom.
CJ flew out the left, his first plate appearance.
I will say, though, he was late on that one, but the one he hit earlier, he didn't miss it by much. If he can get one in this jet stream, he's got a chance.
Swings at another one and misses for strike number 2. Deweese trying to slam the door on Robinson.
I don't know what Tipton said to him, but that fastball was at 85.
I could imagine.
So he's ticked up 3 to 4 since that chat he had with Coach Tipton. Maybe thinking hit and run here is 2 strikes, 2 outs. I've not seen him tagging, so and Humbard's not stealing. Not a straight steal anyway in this situation.
That one misses for ball number 1. You know, Steve, in life you make a lot of connections that you don't realize how much they're connected to other connections, if that makes sense. And a good friend of mine, her boyfriend plays at Prairie View. He's a pitcher, and he played for Sylvan Hills. Mm-hmm. And there's been multiple conversations we've had where she's told me about how he's called Coach Tipton for a word of advice, if you get my drift. And that ball's going to go to William Sabota for the out, and we'll talk more about it as we come back. Our score is still 3-2. The Bruins out in front. We'll be right back after this. All right, we're back here for the next half inning between the Bruins and the Senators. Chris and Harlan here with Steve Hinton and it's been back and forth. It started off slow, and then it got like fireworks, and now we're back 3-2 is our score. Your Bruins are out in front. They are hitting this half inning as they look to add more runs to the scoreboard.
Yeah, about what you'd expect, though, out of this matchup. A back-and-forth affair. This game will likely decide who wins the 4A5 North, I think is the correct conference. All those conferences get all funky to me, but this one will decide who will win it. Both these teams, one more conference matchup after this. They'll both go on the road as Robinson will have to go to Morrilton. And then PA will head to Heber Springs to close out. A little tougher matchup if you're Robinson with that Morrilton matchup. That's really the only team that gave PA any fits before here early on in the season. I think 2 close games, a 1-0 game, I believe a 5-1 game. So it should be a tough matchup for Robinson. But this one should decide the conference and set up seeding for the regional tournament.
Of course, all roads lead to Hot Springs for the state tournament this year. Not playing in Conway. On the campus of UCA, they're switching things up and playing in Hot Springs, so I'm sure both these squads want to represent their school there.
I will not be there.
Me neither.
I will be camping that weekend, actually. I was asked to work those games, but I will be, I believe it, Mount Nebo.
Yeah, I think I couldn't get off that week. So I had to tell a good friend, Matt Johnson, that I couldn't go.
I will be at the Great American Conference Tournament next week, however.
I will not be. I will be in St. Louis. Foul back. Well, somebody's got All-State. They need to be in good hands if that one hit their windshield.
You were talking before the break there at the end of the inning about the connections and, of course, the Sylvan Hills connections. And get to that here after this pitch.
Swings and misses for strike number 2.
But, obviously, you think about just how the rich tradition of baseball at Sylvan Hills, where Denny Tipton came from, the championships he won there, and just what he was able to do there. Obviously, there's another really – I did not miss by much. It's a really big-time graduate of Sylvan Hills and former Bear in Wes Johnson, who's head coach down at Georgia, who just took his former mentor and boss to task over the weekend, taking 2 out of 3 from the Hogs, top 5 baseball team. So rich baseball down at Sylvan Hills. And Denny Tipton trying to continue that tradition at PA.
Of course, a full count now, but not only is it a rich baseball tradition at Sylvan Hills, but just in Arkansas in general. I mean, of course, you look at the collegiate level with Arkansas and all the surrounding schools, but high school as well. And fouled off. We'll do it again.
And that being said, I mean, the baseball's in a great place in the state of Arkansas. I'd venture to say, and people won't like this, but if you really want to talk about it unbiasedly, I think this is a baseball state, basketball second, football third.
3-2. Goes high. It'll draw the walk.
When you look at, in the NBA, we have more players per capita than any state in the United States in the NBA. A lot of players playing at the next level in the majors and minors and across all levels of baseball. So, guys doing big things at the college level. We got to see it front and center a few weeks ago during spring break at the Robinson Invitational. The amount of talent in this state and around this region that makes its way. So, rich baseball history and tradition here in the state of Arkansas.
Goes by for strike 1, but to your point, Steve, there's 2 players off the top of my head, one from Valley View, one from Cabot, that got drafted in the MLB draft, one for the Diamondbacks and the others for the Phillies. So,
yeah, I've called both of their games at some point in time through their high school careers. Oof, that's an insurance claim.
Of course, I wouldn't say good friends, but I am friends with one of them, so gotta toot my horn on that one.
Well, you know what? I coached against Travis Wood before he went to the Cubs. How about that? I watched him throw a pitch one time that bounced off the plate and hit the catcher in a place we men don't like to talk about, and that poor kid had to go to the hospital and have emergency surgery.
Ouch.
Travis Wood throwing in the 90s when he was 15.
Watch that one go by for a strike 3 called. And Conine strikes out looking.
Conine may have been a victim of our umpire expanding the zone just a little bit. That one looked high.
Number 21, Ace DeWeese.
Luis will come to the plate.
It's a great catch there, bud, by you. Look out. It hit him.
Oh, yeah, I did.
That might be the best hit by pitch you'll ever take. And now on top of that, you're the pitcher, so you're just going to go stand on first for about 2 seconds, and they're going to bring the courtesy runner in for you. And if not, yeah, there we go. Let's say either that or Deweese's day is done on the mound because they are going to bring the courtesy runner in.
Number 13, Rome Foster.
So Foster, who struck out his last appearance, will come to the plate.
Courtesy runner in for number 21, Ace DeWeese. Number 3, Bailey Lowe.
Bailey Lowe will be the courtesy runner. Runners at first and second with 1 out for Blackwell. Shows bunt, lays it down. Throw's going to be in time, but the runners will move up to second and third respectfully. So with 2 outs, Chase Kimball, who was walked last outing, will come up to hopefully put some more runs on the board.
Yeah, a little small ball there by Coach Tipton, and I like it. It's perfectly executed bunt. Got to get that one down in front of the third baseman and make him field it. They did, so perfect sacrifice there for the Bruins. By the way, we'll have more baseball on the network for you next week, not for PA Live, but we'll have some and I probably should have mentioned this from the outset, maybe. Maybe not, because maybe everybody would have turned it off. But you know, obviously we have a lot of network connections, and we're fortunate to have the networks we have on our full network on Natural State Sports. Of course, great relationship we have with folks at Robinson being on our network, at the Robinson Sports Network, and Delaney, Coach Delaney and their staff, just a phenomenal group. But I was watching you while we were waiting to get everything up and rolling during that first inning, and you're over here giving your great cheers for PA, and I'm over here biting my tongue because, I mean, I may be a bit of a Robinson guy, and I do love Coach Delaney. He's a great friend of mine, and as well as the rest of that staff, and so they've been great to us, and great relationship. He does a lot to help my youngest son out. So, but saying that, say we'll have Robinson Maumelle senior night next Thursday night on the Robinson Sports Network.
Foul tip back, and Blackwell slams the door on the Bruins. 3-2, still our scores. We head to the break. We'll be right back after this. All right, back here, Bruin Field for the top half of the fourth inning between the Bruins and the Senators. Tristan Harlan here with Steve Hinton. Steve will be back in a moment. To step away for just a tad bit. Of course, you're hearing the Cult of Personality by Living Color being played. And if you're a wrestling fan, I hope you had a great WrestleMania weekend. CM Punk did battle with Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship, which he ended up losing. It was a good show overall. Goes by for ball number 1. He's able to hold his swing up. Another one goes high for quickly ahead of the count, 2-0. That one hit hard to right field. Swoboda trying to track it down, and it's over the wall and gone. Home run for the Senators. A leadoff solo shot ties us up at 3.
Next up, we got for the Senators, number 19, Mac Baxter.
His second home run of the season. And of course, as soon as Steve Henson leaves, something big happens.
Every time. Go back to the 5A state basketball tournament. Every time I put you on a call, walked away, something fun happened. You had a game winner on a game-winning shot. You had a three-quarter court 3.
Now Luis is starting to lose focus.
And again, you wonder how Deweese responds. He responded well to the visit by Tipton, but as we learned during the Robinson Invitational, you get 2 visits no matter what. So the next one, he's got to come out.
One finds the zone. 3-1's the count now. It's Mac Baxter at the plate. It's right. Hit his second home run of the season. And foul back.
You see, that's the reason I walked off. I mean, wasn't expecting Wright to hit one out. I mean, goodness gracious. But as I was told by a Robinson fan when I sat down, you can just leave.
A little dribbler gets it in time for the out.
That's a heck of a play by Jackson at second base. Let's try that. He was first place on that. He got the flip out of his glove. That was a good play.
Number 3.
I didn't think when he hit it, I didn't think he was going to have a chance.
I think Coach Tipton's probably looking at his bullpen to get some arms going.
There are no arms in that pen except for some like 7-year-olds throwing wiffle balls. At least when I went down there a moment ago, that was it. Now there may be, we can't really see it, but there may actually be some action starting in that pen on the mound closest to us in the pen. It's hard to tell if it's those kids or that looks like somebody in catcher's gear. So.
Well, as I said that, I saw somebody in catcher's gear running down there. So.
Now see, I didn't see that part. Look at you.
That's what happens when you have 4 eyes. That one high, tries to lay down the bunt, but it'll be a ball.
My kid called me out on the 4-eye thing the other day. You know, you always tell your kids to get eyes in the back of my head, and he was doing something behind me when I walked off. I said, "Well, you supposed to see that?" He said, "You say your eyes in the back of your head." Like, screw you, kid.
I can already guess probably which one that was, too.
It was actually the older.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I figured it'd been the youngest.
Uh-oh.
That one hit hard left fielder, tracking it down over the head, and it gets down. A bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. And the Senators are starting the charge as what turned from a solo home run, then a ground out, now has rushing on second, as now Deweese has to face the top half of the order.
Watching Coach Tipton, that may be close to the end of the line for Deweese. He got up out of his chair, walked a few steps towards the pin. He's surveying the field. We'll see if he starts making his walk. Looks like he's going to let Deweese face the top of the order again. This is danger zone with Nate Johnston batting. Johnston hitting .574 this year.
course, Johnson had a triple his last plate appearance. Tries to lay down the bunt. Misses for strike one.
I'm going to put my coaching hat on for a minute, Tristan, which is dangerous, but you saw Tristan when he turned around kind of biting his tongue. He knew what he's going to hear when he gets that dugout. He was waving at that ball instead of just getting that bat on it. So we'll see if he has a better effort this time around.
Ooh. Tries to get the runner out at second. Doesn't work. Coach Tipton is actively talking into that walkie-talkie of his.
DeWeese is fun to watch on the mound. I'm not sure how his teammates respond to some of what he says and does throughout a game, but he's fun to watch up there. He's an energetic dude, that's for sure.
Tries to get the runner out, does not work. The count's 0-1 to Johnston. 1 out. Runner is in scoring position.
There's quite the cat and mouse game going on out there at second base right now, and you know we tell our 10U kids all the time that baseball may seem boring, but there's such a fun game going on in the game that it makes it fun if you'll just learn it and understand it. And that's what's happening right now at second. It's fun to watch.
One misses for ball one. And after all that, the count's 1-1.
That's it for DeWeese.
Coach Tipton comes out to the field, likely to pull DeWeese. We'll tell you all about the new arm once we figure out who it is. We're going to take the short break as the new arm comes out. We'll be right back after this. All right, we're back, and it looks like Luis is going to stay in the game.
Yeah, Kimbrell getting loose down there. He's ready. He's walking down to the bullpen, but looks like, and it wouldn't surprise me. Well, we'll see. It's a 1-1 count. We'll see how Tipton plays this.
Foul back. It'll be 1-2 the count.
We saw DeWeese lock in after the last visit from Tipton, so we'll see here.
If you can punch him out here, it'd be a huge out recorded for the Bruins defense. He tries to pick off, does not work. Again, back to that cat and mouse game as Steve alluded to earlier.
I'm a little surprised DeWeese is this worried about rushing out there at second.
I want a high for ball number 2.
If I'm DeWeese here, I think the focus needs to be on trying to get Nate Johnston back to that dugout. You know this is your last hitter. Because they've already, it's Kimbrell going to be coming in. He's standing right next to Coach Tipton, ready to go as soon as he's ready to make a move. But it's also tough if you're Tipton. You don't want to make that change mid-at-bat.
Bruce Louise, before coming into this one, had a 1.27 ERA. He was undefeated with 5 wins and no losses.
Oh, complete the pitch. Just throw the pitch. Oh, you hate to see that. It's a really late allowance of that time call by our home plate umpire. You never want to see your pitcher go through that motion and then have to stop it like that.
One misses the mark. Full count now for Deweese. Again, coming into this one, he only had 7 earned runs to his total. He'll get to the double-digit mark after tonight's showing. So here's the 3-2. Oh, and foul back. We'll do it again. Great heads-up play.
Good play. Not bad there. But oh, Butler though. See, you teach your kids that all day. You can make the play, but you got to make the throw. Butler didn't make the throw.
Here we go, Nate.
The 82nd pitch for Deweese.
So here's the 3-2 on its way. Strikes him out. Called strike for the second out.
That's a huge pitch out of Deweese. Johnston doesn't agree with it. And maybe that buys him another hitter here. I'll tell you what, Tipton living dangerously here. Now you're going to see the 2-0 hitter, Aiden Humbart. We saw him take a game over in the Robinson Invitational for the Senators. So see if Deweese can get him set down. Good pitch.
Humbart with the RBI single, his last plate appearance.
Humbart's got power to all fields, so you got to be careful. Deweese here.
That one misses for ball 1. Counts 1-1, runner still on second with 2 outs. Weiss, that one right back up the middle. Shortstop makes the play, and they get the 3rd out. The Bruins avoid getting behind the Senators as our score is tied up at 3 after the 1-run half inning by the Senators. We'll be right back after this. we're back here for the bottom half of the fourth inning between the Bruins and the Senators. Tristan Harlan here with Steve Henson, and man, oh man, what a half inning it was for the Senators offense.
Yeah, big swing obviously ties the game up at 3, and GK Wright showing he's not just a fielder as he found the jet stream. But other than that, you got to give PA a ton of credit, and specifically Deweese. Ace Deweese really scuffled a bit there in that inning, but was able to settle in and work around a couple of big hits and just allow the 1 run. And now PA a chance to put him back in the win column potentially if they can score a run here. So I would assume we'll see Kimbrell come out in the 5th. So.
Reed had the RBI triple, his first plate appearance. Watch the first pitch go by for ball number 1. On goes for strike number 1.
So, you know, Tristan, I brought both of my hats for these teams, and so I think what my plan would be is, whoever wins this one is whose hat I'll wear for game 2.
Hit up the third base line. He fields it.
Get the arm.
And he gets it the first in time. Reed's going to ground out the third.
Mr. Wedgeworth showing off the rocket over there. That was a great throw from third. He made it look routine, but I don't know that you recognize just how long of a throw that is from as deep in the hole at third as he was.
So Mason Greathouse is at the plate.
He has had a not great effort here today. Let's see if he can get a little something going here.
Goes by for ball number 1. Steve, going back to your point about your hats, it's funny when we walked over there to talk to Coach Tipton, all the Robinson dugout just kind of was shocked. You had the courage to walk by him wearing Bruin gear.
Not just the courage, but of course I know every one of those guys in that dugout. I think they were more shy. Yeah, they're used to seeing me in maybe a Maumelle hat from time to time, but. Because to be honest, I used to wear my Maumelle hat over there all the time just to give Coach Todd Escola a hard time because all he'd ever give me was a Robinson bucket hat. I needed a real hat, not an Escola hat. And so I finally wore that Maumelle hat over there enough times that Coach Delaney said, "I'm bringing you hats," and did he ever? I've got a nice collection, but yeah, they were a little surprised. I caught all kinds of. And I promise, like my top is not a PA top. It is. I bought this because I needed blue for our 10U team, and all Dick's had was this blue. They didn't have the royal blue. And they were like, "You're in PA colors." I'm like, "Well, we are on the PA broadcast, so this isn't your broadcast this time." Which, by the way, champ, where's my check? Up to Grove is supposed to have it somewhere over there, so. We'll get with them before we're done here. I saw the champ a few minutes ago.
Greathouse was ahead of the count 3-0. Watch that one go by for the first strike at this at-bat.
You gave Blackwell some credit here. Even though he's given up the 3, he's been efficient. This will be his 65th pitch.
And that time, Greathouse watches that one go by for ball number 4. As he'll take his way down to first.
Next up to bat for the Bruins.
Now Williams Swoboda will take the plate. He watched one go over his head for a home run last half inning.
Now the question is, how long does Coach Delaney stick with Brady Blackwell? Oof.
I bet you will once that one back.
Pitches like that, though, you'll stick with Brady. That was a good-looking breaking ball there.
The 0-1 to Will. Blackwell will step off.
Greathouse didn't even move, though. He just kept his spot. Got him.
Greathouse is going to take off from second, and the throw goes wild. Greathouse doesn't know. possibly could have had third had he been paying attention, but he'll reach second safely after the wild throw. Goes all the way to the outfield.
Yeah, I was watching Coach Tipton. I don't think Coach Tipton was going to send him to third there, though. I think they did not want to test the arm of Evan Hill and left. As it got to him pretty quickly. But boy, that's twice now. They had him picked. And a break for Greathouse.
Out and low for ball number 1. Blackwell's going to step off again.
Yeah, I think we're having some issues here communication-wise between pitcher and catcher. And I don't know if they utilize, because I hear them calling out the signs. I don't know that they utilize the pitch comms like PA does. Yeah, there's some confusion right now on what the pitch calls are.
So quick little meeting between the pitcher and the catcher. So we'll resume action here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner is in scoring position for William Swoboda. We'll foul that one back.
Yeah, Svoboda knew he missed that when he turned around immediately, kind of gritted his teeth. That ball should have been deposited over the left field scoreboard. Instead, it's an insurance claim. I expect Avery to make that catch at this point.
So here's the 1-2. Swoboda misses, evens us up at 2-2.
I told him last time, you know, I think I offered him a $100 bonus if he caught the ball. So. Great. Now he's going to be diving for balls off the fence out there.
Try to pick Greathouse off at second. Doesn't work.
Tristan, that's a big pitch if you're Blackwell. If Swoboda, you're wanting to pick up your pitcher here and give him a chance to be back in the win column.
Oh, Swoboda swings and misses for the second out.
A gutsy performance that time out of Blackwell to be able to sit Swoboda down. Swoboda had a chance there in that at-bat to really do some damage, missed the pitch he wanted, and great job that time by Blackwell.
Now with 2 outs, Edwards is going to have to put one deep into play to bring Greathouse home.
They're playing Edwards straight up. Fairly deep with the wind, but if you're Edwards, all you got to really do here is just kind of punch something out there, and that should score Greathouse with 2 outs.
That one drops out for ball 1. Edwards watches that one go by. Curious to see if Greathouse takes off for third. There being 2 outs.
Wouldn't in this situation. Last thing you want to do is be the last out at third when you're in scoring position.
Edwards pops that one up. Center fielder tracking it down. He'll make the catch for the 3rd out. So the Bruins fail to bring Greathouse home as he's stranded at second. We head to the top half of the 5th, all knotted up at 3. right, we're back here for the top half of the 5th inning. Ace DeWeese still in the game on the mound for the Bruins. Tris Harlan here with Steve Hinton. And Steve, it's been nobody's ball game thus far.
It's been a good one. I mean, you've seen both teams really kind of get amped up at times, but we've seen some really good pitching. We've seen some good hitting. We've seen some good D. We've seen just really good baseball here so far through 4. I'm a little surprised to see Ace DeWeese back out there. They did send Kimbrell back down to the pen, so he'll be ready. Tipton wants to make a move.
First one misses the zone.
That was pitch 86, I believe, for DeWeese, so still sitting right at 81 on his fastball.
Wedgeworth quickly ahead of the count, 2-0. Goes by for strike 1. Reed Williams is going to not be able to catch that one as it rolls off his glove. Counts 3-1. Oh, swings and a miss.
I tell you, every time I do a Robinson game with Bridges Wentworth out there, or Wedgeworth. See, I did it then. I want to say J.G. Wentworth at the plate.
Call 877 cash now.
That's right. That's what I'm about to go tell Delaney is I want my money. My money, and I want it now.
Pitcher comes up to the mound now for the Senators, who walked his last appearance. He's 0 for 1 on the day.
I mean, let's be honest. The quicker I get that check, the more biased I become towards Robinson. So.
That one hit right to the second baseman. Turns one. Doesn't get the throw in time for the second out, so he'll reach on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, that one's a little bit of a mess all the way around. It's just a tailor-made double play. Jackson kind of struggled on the exchange of getting it out of his glove. Now, Coach Delaney I think he may have an appeal here. Oh, okay. No, they're actually going to call. They are going to call. No, we're going to get courtesy runner. Never mind. Had me confused here because when Delaney came out, I thought maybe they were calling runner interference and counting the double play. Now, I'm not sure. What's he arguing here, Carter? Okay. Well, he's got the courtesy runner, but he's appealing something.
The home plate judge and the first base judge come together.
Not sure. I didn't keep an eye on what happened at second to know exactly what he'd be. Well, whatever it was, our umpires are sticking with what they called on the field.
Next up to bat for the Senators.
Oh, they did call interference.
Yeah, they
that
called
is what
interference,
they called.
so it'll be 2 outs.
So it is 2 away, yeah. So they did call it, they count the double play. As they called that there an illegal slide on at second base, so.
Goes by for ball number 1 for Austin Herring.
I didn't see the initial call, and then when I looked up and Delaney was coming out to appeal it, I saw our courtesy runner headed that way, so I thought it was just a regular no double play there.
Well, of course, from our vantage point, it's kind of hard to see where the runners are.
Yeah.
It's in favor with the fielder, so that one's hit on a rope foul. But I guess that makes sense why Major Jackson didn't try to throw it to first almost as soon as he got the ball.
I believe it was Foster on the flip. It was Jackson that flipped it to Foster at short.
One popped up. Left fielder and shortstop tracking it. It'll make the play and left. So after a little bit of confusion, a double play and then a pop out we head to the bottom half of the fifth, still knotted up at 3. All right, we're back here after Steve Henson's getting recognized as the celebrity he is by the Robinson fans. It's a 3-3 ball game between the Bruins and the Senators. As the Bruins are trying to reclaim the lead the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Yeah, getting late in this one. Just a few more chances for both teams.
First
But
up to the plate for the Bruins, number 4.
if you're a PA, you got to like where you're sitting right now. Deweese just keeps giving you inning after inning. He's approaching that 100-pitch mark. That double play was huge to keep him in this ball game. And so Kimbrell's ready. We'll see what they do. But right now they want some offense.
Major Jackson at the plate. He is the home run leader for your Pulaski Academy Bruins this season. That one hit softly up the foul. The third baseline goes foul.
You know, when you talk conference play only, it's a bit of uncharted territory for this Bruin team, as they've not allowed this many runs in too many conference games this year. One other time they allowed 3. I think that was back against Morrilton. Take that back. They allowed 5 against Clinton.
That one hit right to the second baseman. Easy play at first to record the first out.
You know what they call that one? That was right to right. GK right.
You're so funny.
Next up to bat for the Bruins, number
See,
5.
that's why this position is called a color commentator, because you bring color and fun to the broadcast. It has nothing to do with the pasty whiteness of my skin. If you watched any of our 5A state tournament broadcasts, you'd understand that reference. But color analyst or color commentator has nothing to do with what some people think. See, I brought the color.
What a mythical pull by Steve Henson. And I don't know why any of our PA fans would have been watching the 5A state tournament, since they were competing in Heber Springs.
Because they knew you were on the call.
Oh, I would.
They wanted to hear. They wanted to hear
Or
Tristan.
Morrilton, I'm sorry. not
They,
Heber
they wanted to
Springs.
hear Tristan. I mean, they had to listen to Trip Keeter a few times during regionals. I feel for him.
Foul tip back for strike number 1, and hey, I'm not going to comment on that one. Good love, Trip.
Not anymore. I don't like him anymore. He's not my friend. I hate him
Aw.
so much I put him on the Robinson call next week.
Swings hard at that one and misses. He evens us up at 2-2.
Blackwell seems to be settling in here late. Yeah, we talked about that senior night broadcast. Should be a fun one, as it'll, of course, not PA. I do apologize. We'll have Robinson and Maumelle for senior night, but it'll be Trip Keeter and Kevin Bohannon on that call.
Oh, wow.
I ain't holding my breath.
On foul back.
That's going to get in the woods. That one's okay.
Of course, the only person I feel bad for is D-Rob. Trip left him high and dry.
Shh, we haven't told anybody yet. Waiting on Trip to tell everybody because I ain't getting yelled at.
Oh, my bad. I just realized what you said.
You listen as well as my wife. Appreciate you.
Which one? Talking about Will or
Not
the
that one. We're separated till fall.
The 3-2. That one misses. Draws the walk. So Konai will trot on down to first.
Big base runner for PA. We'll try to get a little rally going here. You know, Tristan, I was looking at the map because I was really intrigued. I had to get a lay of the land. And, you know, if you hit a ball far enough to left field, it could technically land in the outfield at Robinson.
Really?
Yeah, just right past that left field foul pole, as it is referred to.
Konai's going to take off from second, slides in safely.
Konai in that big frame, a little fortunate that that throw skipped because he slid right on over second base. But
Of course, we are a little bit of a drive away from the campus of Pulaski Academy. That one shot down. He beats the throw out at first. So runners will be at the corners with only one out. What a hit by Deweese.
yeah, GK Wright was maybe a little in between how much hop he was going to get on that one off the turf. That was a tough play out of the box, and so now a good chance here for the Bruins.
Rome Foster a chance to put his team back out in front with a well-placed hit here. Set the scene, runners are at the corners with one out. Reed had an RBI triple his first plate appearance.
Anything in the air here. If you're Blackwell, you want to get it inside. A lot of room down the right field line for Foster.
Wind's starting to pick up. Watch that one go by for strike one.
I'm a little surprised, Tristan, that Blackwell would start him on the outer edge. But even if you look at the defensive alignment right now, Senators are playing this for something opposite side. With the second baseman not really playing double play depth right now.
Shows bunt, it's high. Runners will get back to the bag safely.
We've seen the safety squeeze once already. And this is where having a guy like Denny Tipton as your head coach will pay dividends.
Runner's going to take off for second. He reaches safely. Catcher might have gotten a little banged up there.
Yeah, CJ gonna need a minute. That ball took a hop.
Oof. The way Steve's reacting, you would have thought he would have got hit.
Like, I feel for you. That's tough.
You got to make sure all pieces of your gear are on safely and tightly.
It's called a check.
So here's the 1-2. A pot back foul.
That's an insurance claim.
Hopefully it hit that Pathfinder back there.
I hope. That's right. I got to catch up with Kyle. The Rock Creek, or Rock Ridge, whatever that thing is.
One outside. And evens is up at 2-2.
And 2 strikes takes away the safety squeeze here. So now if you're Foster, you just got to find a gap.
Kyle Sutherland drives the swaggy Sutherland mobile.
I know it.
Kyle's gonna stink on the inside.
Bet it does by now. It will.
So here's the 2-2. We're going to take off the second.
Yeah, they had the double steal earlier. The Senators were able to catch him on, and this time, Coach Tipton had his runners ready for that one on the kind of the bluff throw to second, straight into the mitt of Blackwell. So, but now here's the damage that's done. You got 2 runners in scoring position now with just 1 away, and the double plays out. So the infield's in here for the Senators.
So here's the 3-2. Oh, he swings and he misses, and he knew he wants that one back. Foster going to strike out, and they just gave Robinson a breath of fresh air.
Well, that's a huge pitch. If you're Brady Blackwell and a Senator fan, that ball is perfectly placed. Foster couldn't catch up to it. Had him in a blender on that one. So now Kimbrell, who potentially could be coming out to the mound to start the 6th. He's been in and out of the bullpen a couple of times now. But for the Senators, you're able to back the defense up now.
And fouled back for strike 1.
Tristan, it looks like Blackwell's got our Bruin hitters a little off balance right now. You saw that one at a Kimbrell check swing foul. '93, 94 pitches now for Blackwell.
Kimball just got the string pulled out from that one.
And Kimbrell looks like his focus was being down in that bullpen, getting ready to come into the game a couple times, and now getting at the plate, he's struggling to pick up what Blackwell's delivering.
Blackwell, a chance to slam the door on the Bruins once again.
Yeah, this one would be big, Tristan.
A foul back, we'll do it again.
I tell you, if I'm Kimbrell, I'm sitting breaking ball right here. He's been well behind the fastballs each time. Let's see if they try to give him a curve. They did.
0-2, and he watches it go by, strikes him out. And Robinson has found new life as we head to the top half of the 6th inning, all knotted up at 3. All right, we're back, and there's a new arm on the mound for the Bruins. Looks like it's going to be number 6, Chase Kimball, on the mound. He comes into this one with a 2.392 ERA. He's allowed 17 hits, 9 earned runs, 12 walks, and he struck out 36 batters.
Yeah, the thing about Kimbrell, got a good 4-pitch mix. He's going to be able to throw a little bit of everything. He should live in around the mid-80s. A really good arm that PA can bring out of the pen here, and we've been kind of waiting to see him come out. He's been up and down the last 2 innings, but this young man is a very strong arm, a very good-looking prospect for the next level, and I think a great opportunity here is he'll face the bottom half of the Senator lineup.
Of course, Kimbrell will come onto the mound, top half of the 6th inning. All knotted up at 3. One misses the zone for ball number 1.
See if Bryant can get off the snide. I'll get it between, unless you need it now.
We pop back up.
That one's in the woods. It's okay. Bryant's over 2, but he's had 2 pretty good swings so far here.
So here's the 1-1. That one hit on a laser to short. The out's going to be able to get recorded.
Good play by Foster. Pays to be able to play on this turf all the time and get a good feel for those hops, but good play by Foster to get Bryant.
Number 1, Jakiron Wright.
Jakiron Wright's going to come up to the plate for the Senators. He hit a home run.
I'm leaving.
In his last appearance, Steve, I'm going to need you to sit down. That one floats by. And that one could have been another solo shot.
That's a filthy pitch, though. That ball, good movement on it. I mean, it's 67 miles per hour, some folks' favorite number.
Misses the zone.
Yeah, after the first inning, we know why you haven't quit your day job.
Swings and misses. For strike number 2. I cannot believe you just said that. So here's the 1-2 to right. Fouls that one back towards the Bruin dugout.
Listen, heckling's a part of baseball. You got me in my natural environment right now.
Got you in your natural environment on PA Live, courtesy of the Natural State Sports Network. Fouls back again.
I tell you what, some tough pitches out of Kimball right now. If I'm Kimball, I might just feed him a fastball up right here and see if you can get right to chase, because you've really got right off balance right now on all this breaking stuff you're throwing.
So here's the 1-2 to right. After back-to-back foul balls. That one's popped up. Left fielder making chase, and he'll get under it for the first out. The second out, excuse me.
And that's exactly what he did. He brought the fastball, just didn't get it elevated much, but you could hear the oomph as Kimball gave that one about all he had.
Next up to bat for the Senators,
81 on that
number
pitch.
19, Mac Baxter.
Mike Baxter up to the plate, grounded out his last appearance.
He's over 2. Robinson would love to get Baxter and his speed on the base paths in the 6th.
Watches that one go by for strike 1. Swings and misses for strike number 2.
Well, Kimball pulled the string on that one. Now 0-2. You have no idea what you're looking for here. Again, if I'm Kimball here, I'm going to put this one on the carpet, see if you can get Baxter to chase it.
Kimball fouls that one up the third base line. We'll do it again.
I'll tell you what, he got away with an 0-2 pitch right there. That ball hung more than probably Kimball wanted it to. And Baxter just out in front of it. Again, if I'm Kimball, I'm throwing that same pitch right here, except I'm going to skip it across the carpet, see if you can get Baxter to chase.
Here's the 0-2.
Ooh, that's a good fastball.
Ooh.
Goodness. Did not miss by much.
And you heard the extra oomph too after he released it.
And I think Kimball's got to be a little careful with that because it's an easy way to tip your pitches. You notice he does not do that when he throws the breaking stuff, but he wants to put a little extra on that fastball. He's got an audible oomph to it.
Another one goes high, evens us up at 2-2.
Again, you see it right there, and I think that is a key that these Robinson hitters need to be paying attention to. When he goes to that fastball, there's an audible gasp from his breath when he does it. But when he throws that breaking pitch, it's not the same.
Oh, he swings and misses. And Chase Kimball electrifying his defense as they strike the Senators out as we head to the bottom half of the sixth, all knotted up at 3. We are back for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Tristan Harlan here with Steve Henson. And Steve, it's been a very heavily contested ball game.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously a lot of energy exuded early.
That one hits right to the third baseman, but it gets away from him and the shortstop. Reed's able to reach first base after the fielding error by Robinson.
Now Wedgeworth just couldn't quite get down on that one, and break for the Bruins. But as I was saying before that pitch, this game had an exciting start. Both teams really came out of the gates, hitting it well. Some errors helped, a few walks. But really now the pitching has been the story as it's settled in here for the last couple innings.
Not only that has been the story, but if you look at the scoreboard, the 5 hits and the 4 errors for Robinson's also been quite of a story as well.
Yeah, a bit uncharacteristic of this Senator team to see them commit that many errors in a ball game.
Of course, Blackwell still in for Robinson.
Yeah, Blackwell approaching 100 pitches. He's at 97. Now we have no view of the bullpen for the Senators.
Their pickoff attempt does not work.
I'd expect to see something here from Tipton to get some things moving, maybe put a little more pressure on a Robinson defense that has committed 4 errors here today.
Shows bunt. That one goes high. For ball number 1.
Be curious to see where Coach Delaney would go after Blackwell.
Treehouse lays down the bunt.
Good bunt.
And he's trying to beat it out, and he does.
Ooh.
Reed Williams pursued the bag a little heavily, got off. The throw was there. They said the tag wasn't in time, though.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Bruins caught a break there. Williams kind of turned the base lackadaisically there. I think he assumed that Blackwell had made that throw down to first, and so he had kind of turned to take a look and didn't realize that they'd thrown it behind him. Will saying he was safe, so probably means he was out.
Swoboda in the batter's box. He's going to show bunt. Doesn't get it down.
I told you, you're starting to see that Denny Tipton presence out there, as he's going to put some pressure on you defensively and make you make plays.
Huge at bat this is for Swoboda. Another pitch misses the zone. Ball number 2.
I'll tell you, there's a couple of extra umpires in the stands in this Robinson side. Not happy, but yeah, he did bring the bat back.
I like how you get quiet when you said that. Swoboda's going to lay down the bunt, and Will tries to, I guess, juke away from the defender, but the runners will move up to second and third.
Next up to bat for the Bruins.
That's a tough break, but not a tough break. It's exactly what you wanted out of Swoboda there. You move your guys, and now you've got your RBI producer Edwards up with a chance to drive in a couple of runs. But Swoboda, obviously, this isn't a football field. You've got a very narrow line you can run up, and so wasn't much he can be able to do about that one. But he did his job, and now Edwards a chance to drive a couple in.
First double-digit ribbies for Edwards this season. Check to swing for ball 1.
Senator infield is in. Outfield playing straight up.
Edwards launches one to center field, and it's going to get down at the wall to bounce over the wall for a ground rule double, but both runs will come home.
Hold him, yep. I say he was beyond second. He should score here.
So 2 RBI ground rule double. The Bruins reclaim the advantage.
That may be the end of the line for Blackwell. That's a great piece of hitting there for Edwards. As again, they were going to concede the fly ball run there. They were not going to concede anything on the ground on the infield, but that ball, again, taking advantage of this turf field as it bounced over. So that'll be it for Blackwell.
So there's a new arm on the mound here for the Senators. Ben Jefferson, it looks like.
I'll tell you, Tristan, this will be fun. Completely different arm slot out of Jefferson as he's got that sidewinder type delivery. So a little different look. Things a little more difficult on this top half of the Bruin lineup.
Looks like the outfield is coming together in center, kind of just to talk about some things. Hopefully they're bringing their teammate up after that ball, I guess, got lost in the sun.
That ball was just hit hard. It was a great piece of hitting by Edwards. He put it where he wasn't. And, again, outfield was playing maybe up a step just to maybe try to cut off on a fly ball and be able to cut down a runner tagging from third. And I don't know, even if you're playing normal depth, if you're able to get to that ball. That's just a great piece of hitting by Edwards.
Of course, we do want to remind everybody that this is game 1 of a doubleheader here from Bruin Field.
Obviously, get the first one here. PA, you're in the driver's seat to win the conference. Win the second one, barring some kind of craziness at Heber Springs. You're going to win this conference and head into regional tournament as the 1 seed. One thing to watch for here, Tristan, and now obviously the Bruins are used to it, playing on this field all the time, but shadows are starting to take effect a little bit as we've got almost full shadow over home plate. Matter of fact, may make it a little more difficult because you have a little bit of sun peeking between the gaps in the stands over here. And so you're going to get white baseball, shadow of a baseball, white baseball. A little tougher to pick it up here, and especially when you got such a funky delivery from Jefferson.
Let's go, Nate. Let's go, Senator.
So
Or
Major
John, that's Nate Johnston. Oh, that's what we missed. Jefferson went to second, and we just missed the exchange. That is Nate on the mound. Thank you.
wants foul back. So it's Nathan Johnston
Yeah.
on the mound. So 4.812 ERA.
Saw Nate throw a bit in the Robinson Invitational. Good arm for the Senator team.
Foul tips it back.
In Tristan's defense, I saw the exact same thing. I saw 34 come to the mound, and that was, I guess, just the exchange of second base and pitcher. But I saw the exact same thing, and then just never looked again to see that it was Johnston on the mound.
Come on, Steve. You're supposed to know this team better than me.
I didn't see numbers. Like I said, I saw the same thing you saw.
Here's the 0-2. High for ball 1.
I will say I should have known better, though, because last time I saw Ben Jefferson he played second base at the Robinson Invitational for G.K. Wright, whose Wright was out sick in that first game. So they played Jefferson, and he came out and impressed throughout that entire Invitational, but we never saw him on the mound, so it would have made sense if I'd have been thinking.
That one hit. Oh, right past the shortstop. Greathouse is going to turn 3. He's hustling, and he's going to slide, and it's going to be safe. An RBI single for the Bruins as now the momentum is in favor of Pulaski Academy. 6-3 is our score.
Great piece of hitting, but again, a mistake if you're PA, though, as Jackson celebrating at first. Did not see that ball get past Brian at catcher. And honestly, Jackson should be standing on second base right now, the chance to be in scoring position and get a 7th run across. Instead, he's still at first.
Come on, Nate. Go, Senator.
And Tipton was all over him after that play.
On checks, but it'll still be a strike. Outside for ball 1.
Tristan, have you ever heard the old phrase in baseball, the ball will find you?
Yes.
'Cause that's what just happened on that last at bat for Jackson, as he hit that line drive right at G.K. Wright, who just moved to shortstop to take over for Nate Johnston, who was playing shortstop and is now on the mound.
So the 1-1 to Conine. Conine swings and misses for strike number 2.
Big inning for the Bruins here. This is exactly what you need to win a conference. These big innings like this. And they've done it, hitting it hard, not really with small ball.
So here's the 1-2. Tries to pick off at first, doesn't work. And foul back, we'll do it again. Co-9 behind 1 and 2 with 1 out. Runner at first. Allen hit, gonna get down in right field. Runners will now be at the corners after Jackson gets the third safely. And DeWise comes up with a chance to add even more runs to the total, as we'll have them on the corners with 1 out.
Well, once again, Tristan, you're seeing coaching, and that was a great job there by Coach Tipton to get the hit and run going, get his guy in motion. It's a great piece of hitting by Co9 as he lined it out to right. But even if that ball, he hit it the other way there, and right where the second baseman would have been had that ball been on the ground. So just a great piece of hitting there for the Bruins and coaching out of Coach Tipton.
Come on, Nate.
Another close call there at first as Johnston tried to get the runners too far off the bags.
Well, there's a lot of confusion there. I think maybe Robinson was anticipating another safety squeeze situation and the runner to be further down the line. And a good job by Jackson to stay put, but nearly got him behind, got Co9 the other side. They did get him to tip their hand here, though. They did show bunt there with DeWeese at the plate. Let's see if they stick with it here.
Low. First pitch of the at-bat goes by for ball 1.
You know, we talked about it at the outset. I know Coach Tipton, talking about this just kind of being another game. It's, not as important if there wasn't regionals. But you can see he's playing to win this game right now. As now he wants to have a conversation with his hitter. But he's playing to win this game. You're not calling bunts in this situation up 6-3. You know how potent this Robinson offense can be. We got to see it during the Robinson Invitational. It's an offensive conference here. But we got to see this Robinson team make a couple of comebacks during the Robinson Invitational. A big one over Raypeck. They were able to come back late in that one and walk it off. And so, again, this is just kind of a show of respect out of Coach Tipton for what he knows this Robinson team is able to do. As he's playing a little small ball here up 3 in the bottom of the 6th.
Hit right back to the Robinson dugout for strike number 1 after it's fouled away.
So takes the bunt off. Corners in for the Senators. Infield double play depth up the middle.
That one hit right back to the pitcher. They throw it home, and they get him out. The runners will be at first and second now after the great heads-up play by the pitcher.
So, yeah, I'm surprised that Jackson ran there. No reason to run into that out. The double play was not going to be there. I don't think Johnson would have been able to swing around and throw to second. So you would have second and third with 2 outs. Instead, now first and second. But I do think that maybe Robinson got a little bit of a break there. I thought maybe Jackson got under the tag of Johnston, but our umpire says no dice.
Foster at the plate. He struck out his last appearance. He has yet to tally a hit in this contest.
Yeah, I was going to say before you said that, this is baseball though, and you could forget all about that over two if you go 1 for 3 here and drive in a couple of runs.
One misses the zone. 2 balls and no strikes.
Hey, settle here. You're good. Go compete, man. Go compete, 7.
Another one misses. 3 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, if you're Johnston, you do not want to walk Foster here and have to face Kimball.
Of course, he knew the 3-0 wasn't going to get swung at, so he threw one right down the middle.
Easiest and hardest pitch in baseball to throw. 99% of the time, you're not getting a green light as a hitter, but you know as a pitcher, you got to throw it right down the middle.
That one hit right back up the middle. The shortstop couldn't find it as he slips on the carpet. 1 run's going to come across, and they'll stay at third. That is getting him at second, and he does. Rome Foster being aggressive doesn't get there safely.
I think it hit the umpire's foot.
So the Bruins, with a 4-run rally in the bottom half of the 6th, are 3 outs away from taking game number 1. We'll be right back after this. All righty, so we're back here, and they're bringing the defense back out for Robinson. The offense back out for PA as the wind's starting to pick up and our papers are flying everywhere. Steve, I understand we were talking while we went off headset about what just happened and what's leading to the offense coming back out for the Bruins, but what exactly happened there?
Well, what I thought happened initially, that ball caromed off of the foot of our umpire out in the field and should have been ruled a dead ball at that point. So that just means basically take the run off the board. It'll be a 6-3 game, bases loaded for PA here. Yeah.
Okay, so what am I taking off?
It's just a single. Yeah.
So after clarification from our home plate judge, the scoreboard operator in the press box, it'll be 6-3, Bruins advantage, runners everywhere.
In essence, when that ball went off of the foot of the umpire, that's just an obstruction out there, and which should have been ruled dead from the moment it hit his foot.
Kimball's going to get it down, and it's going to be the 3rd out, and they leave 3 ducks on the pond, and now the Bruins are 3 outs away from winning game number 1. righty, we are back here from Bruin Field, and a lot of momentum just shifted from one side of the ballpark to the other, even though it's still a 6-3 ball game.
Yeah, I think momentum, confusion, I'm not sure, but a lot. I think some of the folks over here were a little confused, but yeah, in essence, as we explained, dead ball, that took the run off. Now we'll see if that helps the Senators or if PA can just lock it down right here with 3 quick outs.
Of course, don't forget, immediately following this one, have a little bit of a break, and game number 2 will be underway. Of course, Steve and I will be on the call for game number 2 as PA looks to clinch the series if they can win the first game here.
Yeah, I'm going to get up and walk around for a bit because I tell you, these bleachers are not comfy that I'm having to sit on.
Well, this chair is pretty comfortable, but I would hit right to the shortstop, and that's going to be out number 1. First pitch, first out.
And that's not how you get a rally started if you're the Senators, but exactly what you want if you're Kimball and our Bruins is 1 pitch, 1 out.
Next up to bat for
No rallying this house.
7, Nathan Johnston.
If only there was a sponsorship.
right. If I could control that, there would be one. Swing and a miss for that one.
I'll tell you what, Tristan, I am surprised right now as the Senators coming out swinging and only get a 9th down or 7th in the final inning of the ball game. You're gonna let a few go by.
Misses the zone for ball 1.
Try to work some counts, especially when your 9-hole hitter let it off. I'm surprised Rushing didn't sit and watch a few more, try to get on base for the top half of the order now that Johnston's up.
I would hit right to
what a
third
play.
base,
Caught
and he
it.
caught it.
Nope.
If he didn't,
I thought he caught that ball.
I thought he caught it too.
Yeah, and he came up as if he caught it. Our home plate umpire immediately said that it was a ground ball, that it hit the ground. Now they're going to get together. I thought he caught it.
Yeah, the way he came up and he showed his glove made it seem like he caught it. Yeah, no, he caught it.
Yeah, and that's a tough break for the Bruins. The umpires, obviously, they don't have benefit of replay like we do.
Right.
Great job there by Avery to pick that up out there in our left field camera. And that's a huge break if you're a Senator fan. If you're a PA fan like us, more so this guy next to me, you hope this ball's on the ground for a double play.
Go Bruins, baby.
This is PA Live.
Oh, and it gets away.
It hit him.
And it hit him. So the tying run comes up to the plate with only 1 out.
We're going to have a visit here from Coach Tipton. And now that our umpire's out of ear reach, I'm going to just say, I believe our home plate umpire's having a little bit of a tough final couple of innings here. That ball may very well have hit Humbard on the foot. I don't know. It couldn't tell. But our umpire did not call that a hit by pitch until Humbard chunked his bat, started taking off gear and headed to first, and then he called it a dead ball. Again, you got to make the call from your judgment, not how the response of the player was. And so after the conversation, a big opportunity for the Senators with runners at first and second, Tristan.
Well, there's a reason why I'm not wearing the umpire gear and I'm just here wearing the headset.
I will say this. If there is one sport that I would be an official in, it is this one. I would umpire some baseball.
Actually, kind of weird connection, but actually no minor league umpire, so.
Well, you should since you drink at the games.
Shut up.
I mean, film the games.
I'm just a traveler on this earth. Shut my little shot of Jack Daniels into the pocket of my shirt.
You can't say it's a high school broadcast. Kool-Aid.
Yeah, Kool-Aid, right. Grown-up Kool-Aid. Floats by for strike number 1.
So Wedgeworth can get his money now right here as the tying run at the plate.
Does have a double to his name in this first game. Swings and a miss for strike number 2.
Made a change out there as Davis is now at second. That was Jackson.
Foul back. We'll do it again.
83 on that fastball from Kimball.
And this is where big-time players make big-time moments. With 2 out, or 2 strikes, excuse me, and being the tying run.
I'm burying that curveball. I think Bridges got something in his eye after that last swing. He's struggling with it a little bit. There's some time here. Yeah, I'd expect this to be something in the dirt. Oof.
Oh, he drops it, but the runners will hold.
I'll tell you what, that didn't miss by much, and I wonder if Williams hangs on to that if they get the strike call. That was a great breaking pitch, just missed outside. I'd come right back with it here from Kimball.
Lights have come on here at Bruins Park. Is that one foul back? We'll do it again.
Good job by Wedgeworth there as 0-2. You got the breaking pitch, the pitch before that you spit on. And now you get the fastball you just got a piece of.
So here's the 1-2 from Kimball.
Uh-oh.
Is that one on a row? Back, and it's gone! The Senators have tied it up with a 3-run home run from Wedgeworth. There's not a single Senator off.
Wow. Hey, watch what's about to happen. That third run's not going to count. Is he just going to warn him? Something. What'd he rule?
So the ball was over the fence for a 3-run shot, but it
Just
might
warned him.
Next up to bat for the Senators.
I think it was maybe it was just a warning. So our umpire, the bat flip was, the umpire took exception to the bat flip there by Wedgeworth and thought maybe he was going to call him out for that, the way he came out and wrote it down. And I don't know if maybe he just gave him a warning, but either way, big flies. This one's all tied up at 6.
the game where nobody wants to give an inch. That one's popped up pretty high. Center fielder tracking it down. He'll make the catch for the second out.
And now, how big was the ball off the foot of the umpire back in the 6th?
Next up to bat for the Senators, number 36, Austin.
You can't write a better story than this. Goes by for strike 1.
Who's up to bat in the 7th for PA?
I think it's
Williams,
8-9-1.
yeah, Williams, Greathouse, and Swoboda.
Oh, is
would
it
be
1,
the-
2, 3? Okay.
No, it's Reed Williams, Mason Greathouse, Will Swoboda, 8-9-1.
Okay, I was right. 8. Okay.
This is what's due up for Pulaski Academy.
So really, both teams in a similar situation. It was 9-1-2 to start this one for the Senators.
It's foul back.
Oh, that might be the Pathfinder. You're welcome, Kyle. That's my Pathfinder.
Let's go see Andy Gates.
Nah, he's just in service. I would never let that man sell me a car. Barely let him service it. That's just because he tells him what to go do.
So here's the 0-2. Fouls it back. The Pathfinder hits another one.
That one's in the woods. I'm okay on that one. And I tell you what, though, Wedgeworth got every bit of that one. He cleared the scoreboard Ball was way out of here, and I will say, I don't know if we had it on replay. It was an epic bat flip. I might have to go back and watch it.
That one's high. So here's the 1-2. Swings it right up the middle. Second baseman fields it, and he makes the play for the third out. What could have been the Game 1 victory for PA has now turned into the bottom half of the 7th after the 3-run shot by Bridges Wedgeworth. Can Pulaski Academy do it? Find out when we come back. All right, we're back here for the bottom half of the 7th inning. 1 run is what separates Pulaski Academy from winning game number 1 of this doubleheader on a Tuesday night.
Number 9, Reed
Robinson
Williams.
is 3 outs away from sending this to extras.
Tristan, if you're PA right here, all you really want to do is get a guy on base. We talked about it in that last inning. Robinson was able to manufacture and then hit the big bomb. If you're PA, same thing. You want to watch a few pitches here early, try to get somebody on base, and flip this to the top half of the order and let those guys go to work.
Williams, Greathouse, Swoboda. That is the do-up for Pulaski Academy. It's 2 pitches, 1 ball, 1 strike.
One thing for PA, they did seem to be able to pick up the arm slot and the arm motion here out of Johnston pretty well in that last inning.
Checks his swing. I'm going to say didn't go. 2 balls and a strike.
I think more importantly, to the chagrin of the Robinson folks to our left, he rolled that out of the zone as well.
That one hit him. So Williams has had an RBI triple. He's grounded out. He's reached on an error, and now he has been hit by a pitch.
Next up to bat for the Bruins, number 7, Mason Greathouse.
I got to tell you, yeah, you missed it. You looked down, but I love the gamesmanship that goes on. The ball boy for Robinson, he's out after every single ball, and he went full stride, zooming to go get that ball. And about the time he got to it, Will Swoboda reached down and snatched it from him and flipped it to the home plate umpire.
So Mason Greathouse is now at the plate.
For the Bruins, number 12, Luke Chandler.
Luke Chandler, courtesy runner at first now for the Bruins.
Bounce back right towards me.
I'm telling you. now, and now, look, he's not afraid. He'll dive in there. I've seen him take some guys' legs out. I think Will might have taken exception to that a little bit as he kind of got hit at the knees. But
Now, how funny would it be if Will Swoboda walks it off now? Throws it back to first. The pick doesn't work.
that's
been all over the
exactly what
place.
happened over there. Svoboda beat him last time. This time he got beat.
It's those New Balance.
Greathouse lays down the bunt, goes right back to the pitcher.
Oh.
Trouble fielding it, and runners will be on first and second for William Swoboda with no outs, and the Bruin dugout loves it.
That is huge, huge, and now Svoboda can with the one swing of the bat in this ball game. And I tell you what, Nate Johnston's going to kick himself. Johnston turned, and instead of just settling and making the play at first and getting the out, he was trying to turn himself set to throw to second. He was never going to get that play at second. He should have just focused on first. So now a golden opportunity for the UCA signee, Will Svoboda.
Runners on first and second. A former All-State receiver in the box. Shows bunt,
Wow.
lays it down. Moves it up to second and third. And I guess playing conservative was Coach Tipton there as he just told his leadoff guy to show bunt.
I love it, and that's what I was trying to get to when we started this inning is get runners on base, and the whole game changes because you got a guy in Coach Denny Tipton. He's an old school baseball coach. He loves the small ball. He loves the bunt game. I would not at all, as they are, well, and this is smart by the Senators. You load the bases up. Now you got to force anywhere. You potentially take away what you think would be an easy suicide squeeze attempt. We've seen this team run the safety squeeze multiple times. This is an easy opportunity. However, a ground ball double play would end the inning.
So Edwards intentionally walked after he had the 2 RBI ground rule double his last appearance. Major Jackson had an RBI single his last appearance, and he leads the Bruins with home runs. A big swing of the bat ends this ball game.
You just need a can of corn, little Texas leaguer over the second baseman to win this one.
Jackson fouls that one back for strike number 1.
All you got to do is put it in play. If you're Jackson here, the worst thing you can do is strike out. Outfield in, infield in with the exception of the middle. They're playing for a double play.
Here's the 0-1 to Jackson. That one escapes the zone for ball 1. And remember, a walk here also will end this game.
Let's go, Senator!
That one finds a zone for strike 2. The 1-2, 1 out. Jackson has 1 strike left to put it in play.
Again, Tristan, last thing you want if you're PA here, you don't want to strike out. Jackson just needs to put this in play, make the defense make a play.
So here's the 1-2 on its way. Pops it back and we'll do it again. Everybody on the edge of their seat. They know if this one goes in play, as you alluded to, Steve, the game is over.
Anything deep in the outfield, really medium depth, should win it. Ground ball up the middle, though, could get Robinson to the 8th.
Misses the zone for ball number 2, and we're even. The dramatics are at an all-time high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runners everywhere. 1 out for Jackson. Fouls it back, we'll do it again. Nobody wants to give an inch. 5 errors is what separates Robinson from PA on the scoreboard.
So what happens if it hits the umpire again?
The 2-2 to Jackson. Swings and he misses. Slams the door shut on the possible go-ahead run.
Huge strikeout for Nate Johnston, and boy, Jackson did a good job to battle up there, just couldn't get a piece of it.
Max Conine comes to the plate. He has to put it in play. He has to get a base hit. A fly ball sends us to extras. A strikeout sends us to extras. And misses for ball 1.
Good pitch, kid.
You know, the big piece of this, Tristan, is defense can play regular positions now. Everybody's able to back up.
That one hit right. It gets over, and a run's going to come across, and the Bruins walk it off in game number 1. The Bruins have sealed the victory. Conine gets the RBI single to walk it off against their conference foe as they win it 7-6.
Boy, and a big piece of hitting right there as the Bruins are able to come up clutch with the bases loaded and a ball that just tailed just enough away from Ben Jefferson at second base that he couldn't pick it and make the play. And so the Bruins put themselves in a great position to win the conference at this point.
Sometimes baseball is a game of inches, and that was 1 inch away from sending us to extras. Steve, final thoughts on this matchup for game number 1.
Great game, about what we would have expected. I know you talk, and I'll go talk with Coach Delaney a little bit between games as well as Coach Tipton. But obviously, Robinson, gave PA a lot of extra chances with those 5, 6 errors, however many were up there on the board. But PA, a great job, continued to battle tonight in this one. Scored early, we're able to keep things going in the middle, and then we're able to kind of to take advantage there late and get some things rolling against Nate Johnston after really kind of had the air sucked out of here in the top half of the 7th with that 3-run bomb by Wedgeworth. But great job to battle back and get the walk-off victory.
Max Conine walks it off for the Bruins in game number 1, reminding you once again our final in this one, Pulaski Academy 7, Robinson 6. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back for game number 2 between the Bruins and the Senators. I'm Tristan Harlan saying goodbye for Steve Hinton and our amazing crew. We'll be right back.